Zach's in the gang, hanging out with Greyson Chance.
Thanks for having me.
Yo, it's been a while,
It's
man.
been a cool minute.
It's literally been a minute, but we were talking, you're living here in Los Angeles by yourself.
Yeah.
Now they're over the age of 18. Are you living alone? Do you have a roommate?
I'm living alone right now. I'm about to move in with a good friend of mine, but yeah, I've been by myself, and it's it's weird. It's like when you're 18 and you're like getting up to the point, and you're like anticipation. You're like, man, when I live by myself, that's gonna be the day.
That's it.
And then and then you're by yourself, and you're just like, wow, life's depressing. And
There's so much alone time, right?
yeah, there's a lot of alone time, but good for writing songs.
I've been living alone now for 9 months, and yeah, I feel like it could be a really great environment to write music in because you're so alone with yourself, you know? There's so much time to just think.
Yeah.
You become best friends with you.
Yeah, I'm also so boring as well. All my friends are like back home, they're like, man, you're clubbing in LA, and I'm like, no, I work and like watch Madam Secretary, man. That's my show.
Madam Secretary is such a great show.
It's a great show.
I love it.
Solid show. 10 out of 10.
I'm out in season 2 right now.
I'm on like the 7th episode of season 1, so
I'm not going to say anything.
no spoilers.
Okay,
no
good. You're
spoilers.
binging it. Very smart move. Yeah, Jill, you should watch Madam Secretary. It's a great show.
I know, I've been dying to, but I don't have cable.
Yeah, Netflix, bro. Netflix.
It's on Netflix?
No more excuses, okay? No more excuses.
All right, Sang.
Greyson Chance. Dude, you've been living in LA now. How long altogether? Like, can you just like give me a quick? Okay, let's recap real quick.
Yeah.
You go on Ellen because of this video that gets posted online that goes viral. It's really one of the first viral covers to really exist. You kind of set the tone for that entire category. You're doing Lady Gaga's Paparazzi. It goes viral. Ellen picks it up. Your life changes essentially forever. Right?
Yeah, very much so.
I can't even believe that you're that kid. Like, you look so, like, I hope that's not offensive. You look so different.
That's fine. I'll take it.
In a great way.
Thank you.
But you're so musically talented. I remember when you came on the show for the first time, we were talking about music because there was a while where you were releasing your own stuff. You did a song with Ariana. I remember that. And you did a whole music video with Ariana, too.
Yes.
And you went on tour with Miranda Cosgrove for a while as well. You were killing it, man. You get behind a piano, and it's real. And the music is real. You were writing your own songs back then, too, right?
Yeah, I was. And, basically to the whole recap, I've been away from the scene for a bit. Everything started so quick for me, and everything was so fast that, not to, like, be too sad or whatever, but the minute it wasn't so fast is when everyone sort of kind of fell off the map and that sort of thing. So when I was, like, 14, 15... I was writing a lot of music, and I sort of wanted a direction. My team wanted something else. And, I just had to, from then on, from like 15 probably to now, I took like some time off. I really wanted to make sure my team was right. I wanted to make sure the music was right. And, wanted to make sure everything was okay. But, everything happened so quickly that
it really did.
Had to reverse it around.
I remember when you first came on the scene, and it was like, some may say overnight, but this was literally overnight.
Yeah, it was really quick.
You were doing your thing in Oklahoma. The video is viral. You go on Ellen. Everything happens. A learning period for you and your parents, I'm sure.
Yeah, very much so.
Because you were taken right out of Oklahoma and straight into Hollywood.
Yeah, I instantaneously became, and even now I still like, it's always weird calling yourself an artist. Yeah. Because I'm just like, I just play the keys, like, I don't know. But yeah, I instantaneously became an artist. And but the good thing about it is when you start young, I'm so blessed that I had those opportunities at a young age to really like see everything, see music affect people and see it impact people. And that's what's so great. We released this song like 2 weeks ago, and I haven't released a record in a while. So it's like seeing people into it again. Yeah. I'm waking up now and I'm like, oh, this is why I do this. Like, this is the end goal, so it's nice.
Afterlife, the new single. Very different than anything else you've released in the past.
A little deeper on the voice. Yeah.
Deeper on the voice. But the same meaningful lyrics. Like, that's what I always, like, when you mentioned the name Greyson Chance, I remember being backstage at a Miranda Cosgrove concert, and I watched you perform, and I went down to visit you, and I was talking to your mom, and I remember saying to your mom, I was like, holy your son's amazing. Because it was on another level. Not only did you have a great stage presence, but you were writing songs that were like
thank you.
You were here in age, and the songs were just so much wiser. Not an insult, but really a compliment.
Of course, thank you.
And it was just remarkable. So your team wants to go one direction, you want to go another. how are those conversations, and what is it like for your parents to be in the middle of that with you? Because this is a lot, you know?
Well, my parents were very, they let me, fortunately, you know, they weren't like the momager, dadager types. They let me very go off creatively and sort of do my thing. But, you know, I was given a deal with one of the largest record deals and all of everything, which was Interscope. And you know, it was so great. And it's not like a thing where, you know, I was dropped in 2012. It's not a thing where I'm like, oh, you know, Interscope, blah, blah, blah.
Screw them.
No. It's not that at all. You know, things happen, and it is what it is. At the time, it was a super, like, getting the call was like, oh, no. But you look back at things, and you grow from them, and you realize from them.
It's an evolution, and it's perspective.
Yeah, and it's given me more fuel for this new release of music, and, you know, to know that I've learned a lot now, and, you know, to rock out and just make sure that everything creatively is what I want it to be. So
cool. Did you get signed to 1111? Was that 1111 in Interscope, right, at the time?
Yeah, it was an imprint, and you know, Interscope took on a lot of the responsibility. And Ellen has always been involved through my project, and still is. And you know, we went on the show 2 weeks ago, I guess. And
congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah,
crazy to see you back on that stage.
Yeah, I slept really good that night. It was leading up to. I was like, oh my god. But yeah, so it's you know, it's fun. You look back at things. I'm so blessed to have the years, and even if there were bad experiences, they're now just.
But you learn from them,
of course. Yeah.
I mean, come on, it's not every day that you get to go to like PNC and open, you know, for Miranda in front of like thousands upon thousands of children. That's a crazy experience.
Yeah, it is.
So you listen to your music. You look at what you've done. What's the biggest thing that you've learned over the past few years? Like going into this new evolution of Greyson Chance, like what really sticks out in your mind as something you've learned?
I think maybe it's not, or maybe it has a lot to do with the fact of where I'm from. But I think when I first came out to LA and I first started in music, it seemed that the most quote unquote successful person was the person with the nicest car, the nicest house, and the biggest record contract. Yeah. And I found now that, you know, my version of success is so different now to maybe when it was when I was a kid.
What do you gauge it by?
I gauge it by impacting people. You know, what is your music doing for its listeners? Yeah. I think is super important. You know, what I hope with Afterlife and what I hope with, you know, this EP is that, you know, I want people to really dive into the story of it all, because it's really lyrical, it's really, and it's really like transparent. Yeah. You know, I'm not hiding behind. I'm not like Greyson Chance here, and then when I get back home, I'm like some other person. You know, it's like the same thing. So yeah, I think success to me is like, do the fans like my music? Yeah, cool. And everything else is irrelevant at that point.
So let's go into Somewhere Over My Head, right?
Yeah.
The EP, Afterlife is a new single. How long did it take you to create the EP? What is the process like? Are you writing? Did you write every song?
Yeah, I wrote all the songs on the EP.
Awesome. That's great. Yeah. Are you writing with somebody else, or is it just you?
Yeah, I wrote. There's a couple producers on the album, and also too, you know, these past couple years I've been working as a songwriter and like really being in the studio. So I have like, you develop this camp of like homies where I can call up and be like, yo man, like I have this record, like, and there'll be, you know, whatever's going on. So yeah, we worked, and I've been writing for the EP since February.
Okay.
And we got it all together, and I'm just happy, man. I'm really. Yeah. There's a release date, and which I can't say now, but there is a release date, which is exciting and cool, and we're just ready for it.
Okay, so obviously music is art. You wrote all the lyrics of these songs. What is that process like? Where does inspiration come from? Are you taking notes? Are you doing voice memos? Walk me through everything.
I'm trying to think. Well, at some point, I wake up and I just scream into my... No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, it happens all sort of organically. A lot of this stuff happens in Oklahoma, too.
Really?
Yeah, I go back to my house and I just sort of binge write and just like, you know, really dive into it, have like a beer or two with my dad, go into my studio and then just like really go at it. And so, yeah, Afterlife came from a piano progression in Oklahoma, and this idea where I was saying I thought I was more than the afterlife was like interesting. And I mean, I don't know. I could give you the stories. It's kind of boring. It's just like me sitting down and being like, okay, that's a cool idea. Let me flesh that out.
But is there something about going home to Oklahoma and having the songs, you know, be created there? There's something special about that one, but also something, you know, obviously Oklahoma brings something out in you, you know?
Yeah, it's home, man. It's like, it's my favorite place in the world. So it's also where my friends are.
Yeah.
And it's just, because that's the one thing about LA sometimes is I love meeting people out of the industry in LA.
Which is very rare.
Which is rare, but they still kind of feel like they're in the industry.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Because everybody will join the industry if the opportunity arises. You know what I mean?
It's like, how many Twitter followers do you have? People back home barely have internet, so they don't care about...
they listen to the radio.
And they listen to the radio. And I don't know. Oklahoma is just... It's where I grew up. It's where I belong, and I get a lot of inspiration from there.
So how often are you going home?
I haven't been home in 3 months now.
Wow.
Which I know doesn't seem like that long of a time, but for a kid,
you,
you're young.
It's been rough.
A long time.
Yeah,
it's hard for me. I need to go back to New Jersey at least every 4 months. It's been long.
Yeah, I'm going back for Thanksgiving though, and I'm I've planned so many Thanksgivings. I have 6 I'm going to.
Really?
It's gonna, it's gonna be ridiculous.
What are we you're gonna hit friend Thanksgiving, family Thanksgiving, because you need to make it an impactful visit. Mm-hmm. You can't just go and see your family. Yeah. You got to see everybody.
It's got to be the homies too. No, there's a lot of friendsgivings, and just a lot of eating's gonna occur.
So how's everybody your community and your friends about all this? Because your path is. Obviously, the video goes viral. Your life changes forever, and then you go on a hiatus for a little bit. Is there a change in temperature when it comes to your friends? Are they treating you differently? Because I'm sure they treated you very, very differently when the video originally went viral. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. It's interesting. I hang out with my sister's friends back home. And she's older, so all my friends are a little older back home. And
wise.
You gotta get out of that high school drama.
I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's it. You're still 18.
Yeah.
You go home and it's all that.
Yeah. So I stay away from that, which is nice. And the high school friends I do have are the actual okay ones and cool ones, but not to downgrade 18-year-olds. Sorry guys. but yeah. So I don't know. I don't feel treated differently. It is funny though, because if I go to there was this one time when I was at a party and went out to the patio, and this guy was talking. He was like, I'm the next Eminem. I'm gonna be a rapper. Oklahoma is just not it for me. He's like, I've been talking to people at Interscope, and I was like, oh, really? What's your name again? So that sometimes happens.
Yeah. Okay, somewhere over my head, Afterlife is a single man. What does 2016 look like for you? And do you feel like this is a year of Greyson Chance? I have that feeling. I've listened to the single a few times, dude.
I sure hope so. It would be really nice. I think I'm just excited to be throwing punches again and to be releasing out music. I've been away for a while, and it just feels really right now. It feels like everything's sort of aligned and been okay. So, yeah, I'm excited for the fans to hear the tunes, and
cool.
Hopefully 2016 will be the year.
Hell yeah. Okay, so... just real quick, 2015, you part ways with Interscope. Mm-hmm. What do you do between 2015? Wait, what year did you?
It was
part
2013,
ways?
actually.
13. So between 13 and now, what are you doing? Are you writing? How do you get your creative fix?
I was writing and I was growing up.
Yeah,
which was cool. So I sort of I kind of wanted to go back home and experience some normalcy for a minute. And,
how long did you go back for?
I was still going in and out, but I was spending a long duration, 7-8 months, of time back home.
Cool.
And honestly, I wouldn't have had it any other way. There's some cool thing to just growing up out of the industry for a minute.
Yes.
And it's even when I see kids and I have this thing, man. When I see young musicians now, and they're 14 or 15, I feel like I need to go and be like, don't do don't do this, don't do that.
You want to guide
in school,
them.
Yeah. I went back home and needed to grow up for a bit.
Well, it changes everything, right? Maybe that break sets you up for this, you know? Going home and going from 100 of I can only imagine. Yeah. I can't imagine, but just working with you back then and seeing what was happening around you, I can kind of get a picture of how crazy it all was. And the fact that it came so quick, so just to walk away for a little bit, that's refreshing.
Yeah, it was nice, and I think it helps the music a lot too. That's why I love this EP, because I feel as if it's my best work, and maybe that's because I put time into it. Maybe that's because when I walked into the studio and I started writing it, I was fresh, I was clean, and I think it's really representative of me as an artist right now, and as I've been. So I'm excited for it.
Cool. Yo, I want to hear it, man. I really like Afterlife. I'm not going to lie. Like, I've listened to it a few times now.
Thanks, man.
Dude, I'm vibing with
Thank
it,
you.
man. I'm really, really vibing with it.
Makes me feel good, man.
I'm happy for Greyson Chance, man.
Thank you.
I really
Me too.
am.
I'm excited to be here today.
Are you and Ellen still cool? Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
obviously. You were just on her show.
Yeah, she told me, because she hadn't heard the music yet, the new music, and when we were driving to the show, I was like, man, what if she doesn't like it? Like, oh my God, that's going to be so weird. Like, I hope she likes it. And she came up to me, she said she loved the EP, so it's Ellen approved now.
Yo,
which is good.
that's a big deal.
It is.
You know, Charlie Puth was signed by Ellen, too.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy to see the two of you, you know, go on Ellen, kill it, and then kind of a few years later come back and do your thing.
Yeah.
It's really special.
See, I didn't know that, actually.
Really?
That's crazy.
Until right now?
No, I didn't know he was with Ellen at first.
He was 11-11. He was, but I think it was him and another girl at the time.
Okay.
It wasn't him. But I'm trying to remember who came first. I don't know. I think it was right because there was a moment where she had a ton of musicians on at once, and she started some crazy careers.
Yeah, she did.
I love
She's great.
her.
She's so
She's
great.
awesome.
I watched this video 3 times today. This morning, that's how I started my day, of like a montage of Ellen. She was celebrating 2,000 episodes, and it was like her throughout the years. I cried. It was a 9-minute video. I watched it 3 times and I cried.
I believe it.
It was beautiful. It was really
Aw,
special.
thanks.
You could have taken a shower in that time.
Yeah, I could have easily taken a shower in that time.
It was beautiful.
Somewhere over my head. Do we have a release date? When is it going to come out?
It's going to be out top of the year,
Okay.
2016, and like I said, there is a date, but I'm not obliged to say it, or Alex sitting on the couch is gonna like come over and kill
I
me.
see him.
Yeah,
Who do you hang out with?
Don't
Do you have friends here?
Alex.
Alex, just you
My
and
manager.
Alex.
Yeah, my
That's
manager. I
it.
hang out with my manager. I hang out with like my music friends,
Okay.
and a lot of my friends
Are they industry friends?
they're industry friends, but they're songwriters, so they're
Okay.
like they're not like industry.
They're not
folks.
competitive. Or
I
maybe
think
they
everyone's
are.
a little competitive, but not against me.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of my friends. I mean, yeah, it ranges from anything. Some of my best friends are like in their 40s and having kids. And I'm like, I know it makes no sense. I'm like Uncle Grayson. It's weird, but they're the homies, so it's like, yeah.
Greyson Chance. Wise beyond his years.
Definitely.
Trying to be.
Yo, I called his wisdom years ago.
Good for
Called
you,
it.
Zach.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
We're going to get you a cookie for that.
Please, I'm really actually hungry.
In New Jersey.
So you're going to perform for us.
Yeah, I'm going to perform Afterlife.
I'm pumped for that.
On the keys, acoustic today.
The Keys, acoustic, Afterlife, Greyson Chance. It's coming to you in a sec. Thanks, dude.
Oh, sweet.